1, 2, 3, magic sign. As you see, one day after liberation of the Auschwitz Day, 111, there's such the 360 degrees round Krakow hill and magic mirrors. Look at this. It's a very interesting project. 1, 2, and 3. And look at this, what is in front of me. There is such the, you recognize such, hello Margaret, there's such towers, that is such from the film Schindler's List. But you asking me, especially ex-Hago team, about the making such Remembrance Day, commemorating the fact of liberation of Auschwitz, but the contemplative place is here, the territory close to former Nazi Germany concentration camp Plaszow. Have a look, such mirrors. And looking into mirror, then we starting a tour to Plaszow. I share information about fresh discovery matters connecting with even King Charles. You get know how the Prince Charles is connecting with Jewish matters. Usually tourists, 25 years in touristic, they're just asking me why the Prince Charles did the foundation of JCC in Krakow, the Jewish Community Center in Krakow. How is they connected King Charles that was yesterday in Krakow and the ceremony in the former Nazi Germany camp Auschwitz-Birkenau. But have a look here, the view. We've got the new quality camera, and you see the place that very close the towers was the mock-up of Steven Spielberg villa of Jewish sniper Amon Goeth, just for pleasure shooting Jews, but it's a lot of some facts, the fantasy and the Hollywood tricks of Spielberg. You see the still snow at the bottom of the former quarry Liban. The name is not from the state, from the former Jewish owner Bernard Liban. Look at this, and you see now is there like a bird watching area. There's the singing birds. Now we got the climate change. Temperature plus 13 degrees Celsius. As you see, I'm only in the jacket with the special Green Poland logo. There's interesting the logo that I'm pro. There's the is a promotion of nature, and such interesting project of municipal, the 3 mirrors that you could move left, right, is still very interesting as a such model of the such mirrors. Okay, but let's go. You see, it's very muddy, but while I'm walking, I'm thinking there's such about the what's going on here. Such mud up to the knees, and prisoners worked 7 days a week, day shift or night shift. Especially the hardest work was for women in the quarry. They were so-called the Mannschaftszüge. It was such, instead of horses, women have to in the such mud, the towing heavy cars with stones, loading the stones up to 50 kilograms even. Look at this such muddy part for you. I got the such shoes. It's the not so special for muddy part. Please share information, always tipping, liking, sharing, very important. And look at this, just on the left, you see the graveyard. It's my sister of my grandma is buried here, Danuta. On the left, hello Krzysztof, thank you. And that is the Catholic cemetery. But we walking to the territory of former Jewish graveyards. You see in Poland, the always tradition is to put a lot of flowers on the graves. You see, that is the tradition of the Catholics. They always graves are decorated with flowers. And let's go to the matters connecting hard, exhausting work for Jewish prisoners and also Polish prisoners. You see, thank you, Krzysztof, and you see the pieces of snow. And then we getting close to the edge of Plaszow. It's the excellent weather for streaming because it's the no wind, windless. I don't need the outside microphone, but I walking like a stork through the mud. You see the problem of the camp is that here is the place that still owners of dogs walking, and there's no place for the other park for the walk with dog, and the place there should be like a coexistence of the memorial and place for recreation or such that jogging or other matters on this side. And one moment we're getting to the edge of the quarry or the former camp Plaszow. Yes, one moment. It's not easy. Have a look, there's the edge of the cliff. Last my live stream was about the walking and the bottom. It was the horrible live stream with the broken and was the difficult to stream at the bottom of the quarry. So slowly now Polish time is the 20 to 3 p.m. It's the such very quiet afternoon, but you see even beautiful blue sky. And how was we're getting just to the edge of the proper Plaszow. At first, the concentration camp Plaszow was built with the power of prisoners, Polish prisoners, and the Jews from Ghetto A work fit. About the 6,000 of them, they had to build the first barracks just at the end of 1942. That was the time of the final solution of the Jewish question. Jews, they feeling like rats or insects. I repeat the sentence that said Dr. Hans Frank, Nazi butcher from the Wawel Castle. He said, please keep the social distance to Jews like rats on insects infecting you. That's why imagine how the person feeling does as such they got the fear to go on the street. But I said fear. There was not only fear, there was anxiety. Anxiety is the best word, the permanent fear that you got the fear to leave your house. That's very, very difficult. And we're getting on the edge of the former quarry Liban on the left for Polish workers. You see the hill of Krakow, the legendary ruler of Krakow. King was burnt, and in the sleeves they're carrying soil to build the hill. That's why it's the old ancient hill of looked like a volcano, but from the Slavic time, pagan cult, the funeral place of the first ruler. Przyczyna, okay, thank you for information. Okay, but we getting to the edge would be better, because we are in the Bandok. Places with hard connection, but you know, white area is my passion to perform. I could sit at home and reading something, blah blah blah. I could get the like a tutorial, such ready to go text and speech. But I think it's very boring. If you got the like exploring tour with Tom Guide, you see reality. You see mud and problems with the walking. Thank for hearts. I know you involving in the tour. Later I try to put the Polish subtitles. Is the feasible if the live stream is not too long, up to 45 minutes. It's okay. Please write, Krzysztof, any information about this broken. Also, more comments, better live stream, because the comments increasing audience. And you see that fence is not camp. that is the current waterworks of Krakow. They are on the territory of former concentration camp Plaszow. Just in the south, the Tatra mountains and snow, a lot of snow in the mountains. But in Krakow, you see the only such of snow. There's a such part. And what was the capacity of the camp? Camp was created in October 1942 and was over 200 barracks and 35,000 prisoners. According to new research, there were killed about 6,000 prisoners, but I think there was much more. We walking over former ashes and bones of the people murdered here, because there were 3 mass graves and mass executions. There were no gas chambers or crematoria, but there were cremation pits and pyres. And the special group Sonderkommando 1005 were responsible for the burning bodies, but also crushing bones. And they was of course they started epidemics. There was the typhus. The best book commemorating that place is the best place. The best book is the of Joseph Bau, the destroyed place. The book in Polish, Czas zbezczeszczenia. Okay, but look at this disowned place. And we're going to direction to the east, to the cliff. In one moment, you see much better. The place is now under the such support and protection of the Plaszow Museum. It's the independent museum with the new project museum underground memorial. It's just they working on to build such underground museum. In 2-3 years should be open. There's such the new museum Plaszow. And have a look. You see the block of flats. We're going on the untypical side. We weren't here, and such I was here. But look at this. In the quarry number 2, there's the such block of flats, the new apartments. You see the Krakow hill over there? Yes. Beautiful blue sky. Yes. And look at this here, the new apartments. In the place there was also the quarry, and long time nothing, and now is the such modern developers. They sold such thing. Yes, I think that was the time of COVID. That was such settlement was ready, and just the flats were sold. That direction is Nowa Huta, and look at this. The edge of the quarry is visible below. Yes, edge of the quarry, and territory of camp soon is coming up. Have a look. Here is the marking. This is the best place to see the marking now, the roll call ground of the camp Plaszow. 100 meters by 100 meters. And the roll ground is there close to the old Jewish cemetery. And the old Jewish cemetery was here. There were barracks for Jewish women, and were on the left. Yes, and look at this. We are a little bit and on the edge, little dangerous part. Be careful, caution. Is there such signs? And look at this. That direction is also Wieliczka salt mine during the Second World War. Yes, and they. Over there is during the Second World War in the salt mine Wieliczka was the secret production of the elements of the Messerschmitt. That was such the Wieliczka was closed, and from that point we see the best view on that place marking. You see here Royal ground, and here there was the first mass grave. Imagine they were victims taken from the prison Montelupi in Krakow, shot during the execution and interrogation of Gestapo, and buried in that place. That was the first mass grave in the KL Plaszow. Not exhumation, according to the Jewish tradition, there shouldn't be exhumation. They shouldn't leave the body. And it was such that only during the commandant Amon Get, the any bagger, they started taking bodies and burning them. That's why you see the people walking with dogs on the territory of former human ashes, bones, as they still run for dogs. Then next place is the Sea Hill and Sea Hole. That was the execution of and burning of bodies of women. And over there, H Hill. That was the first place of executions with Catholic cross commemorating Polish victims. That's why the three mass execution sites. Here was also the bath, and we see in one moment the remains of the former graves, because they happened the most painful thing for the Jewish community. There was only one camp located on the two Jewish graveyards, and they used the tombstones as the construction for barracks, paving streets like here, street SS Straße. There was also Bergstraße. That's why it's such very, very, very painful thing. Thank you. Evelka is coming. Okay, and look at this here. That is that. There was also a wrong name of the camp. The wrong name, there's such as the Wola Duchacka. The whole territory should be there was the Wola Duchacka. There should be not KL Plaszow, because the Germans make the mistake and they call the territory of the former camp that's such the Plaszow, but it was the real name of the place. There should be Wola Duchacka. That's like a ghost will, ghost will translated, and that is the proper name. Look at this. The sky is the incredible picturesque today. But I'm going to something special in my pocket. Look at this. As such, I'm keeping something here. What I'm keeping here, you got that just in there's the special keeping something in the paper. What is inside, you see in a few minutes. Okay, please ask any questions. I don't see comments again. I don't know why the comments and are not visible for me. Okay, but that doesn't matter. Sometimes it's independent of me. And look at this, we're walking down. Now is the safe, don't worry. There is the marking points of the markers of the former edge of the cemetery, of the old Jewish cemetery. And you see the remains of the tombstones. I see some stones they're putting here over there, and we're looking only one plaque, only one. There is the remain. There is so like a lucky coincidence. There is the not visible inscriptions, and of the biggest secret that I tell you, why King Charles III got such interest of the connecting with Jewish matters. Very often British asking me why the Prince Charles is so connected with the, I think was the shit, does such with on my shoe. Okay, but you know that place is the run for dogs, and there's some problem. Not all owners clean the dog or the dog left. And look at this. We're staying here over the only one, Chaim Jakob Abrahamer. He died on 19th January 25th May 1932. That's why the 1 year that Hitler came to power, he was 74 years old. And here is the written "Rest in peace." And now unveiled what I keeping here in that pocket. Look at this. I keeping simple, like a connecting two places. I keeping what is the inside of it. There's a moment. I have the gimbal. Oh, look at this. Just is the stone, but the stone taking for the Kel Liban. That was such the working place for Polish workers, and commemorating like a connecting two traditions. I taking from Liban. There was the Polish prisoners, and putting at the top of that monument, according to the Jewish tradition, you respect the that place, putting stone. Sometimes the group taking stones from Israel. That's why there's such rest in peace. We should keep 1 minute silence. I think, is to respect the place. 1 minute silence, and I'm going with camera 360 degrees round. As you see, I try to give the 1 minute silence, especially to respect the place on the former old Jewish graveyard. They were here to the 30s, and then we walking to the edge of the new Jewish graveyard. According the Remembering Day, such respect the places connecting with former Nazi Germany government crimes that happened around territory of Poland, but not only in Europe. According to the final solution, Hitler had the plan of vanishing 11 million Jews. He managed 6 million, but it's always estimated amount. Always estimated. It's hard to say exactly how many, because there were left only ashes and remains of bones. Thank you, Anna Maria, for your respect. And look at this, we're getting to the edge of former roll call ground. And as you see, still more, I going license as the license guy for that museum, KL Plaszow. You beautiful described places. There's the wall of the old Jewish cemetery is described in Polish, English, and Hebrew. And look at this. It's making impression. Such. And you see, it's also beautiful described. No graffiti, no destroying. Cemetery of Jewish Congregation, Podgórze, founded 1887. That's why you see it's feasible to connect place of the park for dogs and more. But I think slowly there should be any place, making place for run for the dogs in the split from the place of the memorial. Little bit, that is the such project. Exactly what the cruel commandant Amon Goeth, the Red Villa, that's just for pleasure, shooting prisoners, Jews and Polish prisoners. They were also victims. And look at this. That is such the new method that I'm walking and turning 36 degrees for you, that you've got a better view. You see, dog owner is proper prepared. They've got the sheet bag for the dog. That's why that is very, very okay. But that is the still question about. Okay, and now let me tell about the most horrible roll call that happened here. Very cynical. Amon Goethe organized the roll call for children. They encouraged them to go to playing ground. They started melody Mama ci buy me a Pferdchen. That was my mom buy me a hobby horse. Children, they thought they're going to playing ground, but they were put to the trucks and they sent to Auschwitz-Birkenau. Over 300 children were in gas chambers. Some of them survived. The film of Steven Spielberg, Schindler's List, depicting very, very detailed the action. Some children try to find a hide in the loose anywhere in the toilets, to jump into shit and sitting, sometimes even up to 3 days. Thank you, Monia, but I'm still learning by doing. I know it was not long in Britain. I got still only tourist services as the Krakow guide. And look at this round. Steven Spielberg said the territory of Plaszow is like an open book. You could just read the whole history of Krakow on the place. That is such. Some people say in Krakow is smoke, but look at this such beautiful sky. You cannot imagine that is such the smoke in Krakow. Yes. Yes, exactly. The smog is there. But I show you some shocking thing, because my first exploring the new Jewish cemetery, we are in the new Jewish cemetery. You see there's any bird was eaten here. There's such any remains. Oh my God. This also controversial organizing here picnics or the something. Thank you for support, sharing, of course, very important. You see Grey House, those SS office and the cells for the prisons. There was a prison with hundreds of prisoners were tortured to death there. And look at this, there's the remains of the new Jewish cemetery. Only such them, but that is the most shocking. Always with camera, I don't know how to show the best that you see. That was the former grave, and you could fall inside. There was the hole long time, but now that is the number one. You see, grave, and here is also plaque organized here, and another one is here, but very pretty deep. And look at this. Then you see is there like a jump into grave. There's the new Jewish cemetery. And why is there here they put symmetrically on the part they were left? Because Amon Goethe, commandant of Plaszow, the Nazi butcher, they organized here the new side road that for railway for transport of prisoners to Auschwitz-Birkenau. That's why from here there was like a platform of transport of prisoners to, and you see the ruins there. We're going closer soon. That was the former funeral parlor of the Jewish community. There was the Hevra Kadisha, also this is the place, the deposit of bodies before funeral. But the Jewish Society for Preserving Bodies, Hevra Kadisha, was also in the Grey House. And now you see how many things that were made around here. But only one plaque was left from the new Jewish cemetery. Sarah, the ancestors were here. Sarah Shenire was buried here in 1935, and grandchild, they sponsored such plaque commemorating the parents and grandparents. There's such the place. Only one is in English visible. Born in 1883, she died in 1935, and there's only one is in the good shape, preserved. And then you see the house that now is the part of the museum K. Plaszow. I think they make here also the meeting point for the different also the meetings, and the making between the people that research the history of K. Plaszow, also for guides. And look at this, the model is made but I think the much more feasible there would be model of barrack. Is there still missing here any barrack? And they make the such copy of the building that we see. I think it's not so important like a barrack would be much more important. And I read you something now, you got like a tutorial. There's the testimony of Henrik Wolfeyer. The guard barracks were built impossibly, the most tragic period in the camp's history. People were killed every day. That was when Reiterówna and Ingberg of the site's management were killed. That is such that the place in that time. In November 1943, my sister worked in the commandant's office in Plaszow as a shorthand typist. One day, Goethe, the commandant, came in the office, searched the drawers, and found white bread and sausages. Infuriated, Goethe selected 6 people from among the staff, including my sister. He ordered Sergeant Glazer to walk them to the hillock and shoot them. As the hill, there was a hillock. There was called H Hill, the execution site. Adolf Berliński said about that place. But have a look. Here is the plan of the camp, and that part was the sector from SS staff. That was for barracks for the workshops, and living territory was over 80 hectares big. In one moment we see the plan of the camp. That toy plan is the not so three-dimensional. I think is the but better something than nothing. That's why have a look. Here is the plan. It's a lot of investment, and look at this. Here is the such part. That was the such for the SS guards and blackies, the SS support guards buildings. There was called like a bulb magazines. There's the SS officer bulb. They got the robbed Jewish treasure, like jewels, furniture, cars or watches. And here there was such the workshops, but the biggest building, look at this, there is from Hugo Boss, because the uniforms for Wehrmacht, SS or Hitler Youth, they were relocated from ghetto A, and that was the such factory and production. Juliusz Madrich saved 800 Jews, but there's no book, no film about him. Look at this, this is such close. There's the biggest building, very big building, there should be there here. And Amon Goethe Villa, the red villa of the cruel commandant is over there. Yes, you see. Małgorzata, you could recommend the book of the to read, but we have to recommend in English to read about Amon Goethe. And here now is the private owner, is outside of museum, and the only 2 houses on the whole plan, only 2 there remained. The red house, red villa, and gray, red and gray, and there you see funeral parlor, such it looked like a synagogue. That now today the ruins of it. Okay, that is the place commemorating 10 Poles shot at the edge of the cemetery. There was the first execution, even in Krakow, of course made by the SS. They were accused of the sabotage or stealing sugar on the railway station. Is still not sure what was the main reason. But the 10 Poles were shot in the wall of the Jewish cemetery. We're getting closer to that ruins that we see on the model, and slowly live stream is going to the end. Of course, I don't want you, make extremely long live. I know that is the most important, essential to show the most important facts and commemorate liberation of Auschwitz. For me, it's also one thing still is unsolved. Krakow was liberated by the Red Army 18 January 1945 and Auschwitz 27 January. And why such long time? The Soviets were not hurry to liberate Auschwitz immediately. Maybe they thought all prisoners were forced to go in march of death marches to the west. They thought that no one is there. But you do remember, I was lucky to talk with Eva Moses-Kor, guinea pig of Dr. Mengele. She sent me very important message for my life. She said, Thomas, you don't need to do big sophisticated things, but just be kind. The most important message from the just that she died twins guinea pigs of Dr. Mengele, Eva Moses-Kor. Be kind, just 2 words, and independent of the religion, nationality, if the someone is different, we should respect him. And I think it's the most important message for anyone. And now let me answer. Well, no one asked why the King Charles has got such big interest on the Jewish matters. I read such information on the BBC. The grandmother of the King Charles III, Alice of Greece, hidden Jews was such in 1943, and just in Athens she hiding Jews, and that was the inspiration to him. They sponsored JCC Krakow, Jewish Community Center, with the director Nathan Orstein, very involved person in the Jewish matters, and I think such project is there's also work of the volunteers, that is such the neglected place, completely forgotten. I remember the ruins in between the bush with vodka bottles around. Sometimes you find the still rubbish inside, but it's the compare with the past, nothing. Now is the place is cleaned, and not. I hope there's no more graffiti on it, on the ruins. But that place, the block of flats behind, people walking with dogs, and commemorating place is very controversial. But I think it's still process to make that place better. As the memorial. That's why thank you for watching that live stream. I think it's enough for information that I sent to you in the last 37 minutes live. And see you again in the other places connecting with Jewish matters. Please sharing, liking, tipping, that's very important thing of each life. And all the best wishes to Jewish communities and ex-Hego team. All the best to you and yours. Big thanks, and see you again. Bye bye. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.